So I've got my tri-suit, my joggers, sealskins. They're actually for post bike, but I thought if I wear them in the morning, at least they're with me. Jumper, gilet, and a hat because I think it's gonna be cold in the morning. That is all my clothes sorted, and my alarm is set for 4:30. Feeling quite underprepared, to be fair. I didn't get a race dress session in the end, so I have felt a bit rough today. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes tomorrow. As I said, if I need to pull out, I will. Like, in my head, if I can just get the swim and the bike done, I'll be happy. The run is kind of a bonus, really. I know that I can push all day, every day, easy peasy. So, you know, if I don't get to do that, it's not the end of the world. But if I do get to it, then I know that I can just take it easy and just get that done. So, we'll see. Should be alright. So we'll see you nice and early in the morning. Good morning. It is, well, it is 4:58. There are, I don't know if it's still, there are like thunderstorms and lightning and rain, so I hope it's not triathlon today. I'm trying some new nutrition today. So I just had honey on toast, just one slice, simple carbs. I see, this is really bad, but I see everyone else having like honey on bagels and stuff, and I don't like bagels, so I thought I'd have, oh my god, that's way too. I'm trying to get my shoes off the floor. My body does not work at this time in the morning. My actual carbs in transition on the bike, blah blah blah. At the moment I just use my drink, so I have my drink, I don't buy anything fancy, I just put squash and a bit of salt and sugar in, make my own electrolytes, because stuff like that is expensive. So that's what I normally have, but I was like, I kind of need a little bit more than that, I think. So I'm trying two things. I know that I'm not gonna like gels, and so my plan today is to try one thing, and then next year I'll try another thing. So today I'm trying cubes of jelly. So when I was young, I used to always eat jelly like straight out the packet without putting boiling water in it, and I was like, that could work. So I've just cut up the cubes in the packet, and I've got some cubes of jelly, so I'll see how that goes next time. So I've got a long bike ride on the 29th, and I'm going to try some Kendall mint cake, rather than actually bothering to buy the Kendall mint cake, like, electrolytes that you can buy. Or, not, that's not what I mean. You can basically, someone's monetized it and has made, like gels and stuff. I was just going to buy, bloody Stairlift never works. There you go. But yeah, I'm just going to buy normal Kendall mint cake and just eat it, because why not? So yeah, today we are running off honey, toast and jelly. Wonderful stuff. So yeah, this is lovely. It's not raining, it's just really, really grey and miserable. I've been to registration, I've got all my numbers pretty much set up. I just need to, I'm trying to find a toilet because the portaloos are really dodgy, like the seat's not on properly and they don't flush. And I was like, oh, I don't really fancy falling off the toilet at 10 to 8. But my plan was to put my wetsuit on at 8 o'clock. And so someone's gone to find the key. There's two toilets. There's one here, which is always locked. And every time I come, I go, can you open this please, seeing as it's a disabled toilet? And then everyone has like a mad rush to find the groundsman. There's also a lift to a changing room and toilets upstairs, but the door to the lift is locked. So yeah, just waiting for people now. There's a lot of people like running around like headless chickens. But yeah, just waiting for someone to find the key for the toilet at the moment, and then wetsuit on and get going really. So my plan is to put my wetsuit on at 8, which would take me to about 20 past, By the time wetsuit numbers, blah 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 blah. And then my briefing's at 9, so we'll just bring everything over, get wrapped. I need to find some help for the swim out, because I've just got Janet and I need 2 people really post swim. So I just find someone, hopefully someone who works here, volunteer, whatever, who can obviously get in and out of transition, to literally just come over and grab one of my shoulders and get me back in my chair, which I sort of forgot to ask about. So yeah, water looks really, really still today. There's like no wind, which is good. So as long as it doesn't rain, I'm quite happy. It's not very warm, and it's a bit miserable, but it should be alright. There's all these guys like running around, going to the toilet last minute. Their race starts in 8 minutes. So yeah, like one guy just legged it over here, and I was like, "This toilet's like I'm sitting here waiting for the key." He's like, "Where are they?" I was like, "They're like Portaloos over there," and he ran over there, and literally all these guys are running around like wetsuits on, running here, there, and everywhere. So I'm glad it's not just me that's unorganised on race day.
Hello. So as you can see, maybe it's not race day anymore. I am almost a week post race now. So I ended up being just not really well enough to deal with filming and racing. But what I'm going to do is I got quite a few clips and stuff. So I'm going to do a little voiceover just explaining how everything went. And yeah. Oh my god. So as you can see, the lake was freezing. They said it was about 17 degrees, but I don't believe them. So this is my little warm-up. I managed to get in the water quite early, before a lot of the other ladies. So I had a good swim around. Just tried to get used to the temperature of the water and warm up a little bit, because I hadn't brought any bands or anything with me. So my only warm-up was pushing over from the car park. I'm just going to talk rubbish for a minute. So one of the things I absolutely love about being in water is how easy my body is to move. It probably doesn't look like it, but it's taken a lot of work to get here. Like, just bobbing around in the water like that wasn't easy. Like 3 years ago, I would be like constantly flapping around, and I used to end up flipping onto my back all the time, or just ending up under the water. So like seeing these videos, I was like, I actually look relatively okay at not drowning, which, you know, is pretty cool. And here we are. Oh, are we going? Yes, we're going. That was a really slow start. So yeah, my swim was absolutely amazing. I don't know what got into me, but I think I swam like a rocket, and I got a massive PB. So as you can see, it was a bit wild off the start, and I got pushed out to the right hand side. It took me quite a lot of time to get back over to the left, because there was someone swimming on my left hand side that I just couldn't shake, and so I had to kind of slow right down, go behind her, and then move back over to the left. And I also got flipped onto my back at the first buoy. I was swimming behind someone, and she started breaststroking, and I just went straight into the back of her and got flipped over. So that was fun. Which, like, if that had happened 2 years ago, I would have been in absolute panic in the water. But I just flipped myself back over and started swimming again. Managed to overtake her on the way down to the next buoy. And then, I don't know what happened, but on lap 2, I was, like, steaming past people. People I'd kind of been swimming with, I was just going past them all, and I caught up with another couple of ladies, and I put a little bit of a kick in. I mean, figuratively, not literally. But just pushed on a little bit, because I thought, oh, you know, I can get in front of these two. And then I started feeling really sick. Like, my arms felt all tingly, and I really thought I was going to be sick. So I just really slowed it all down. I had to really, really think about my breathing, and I slowed my stroke down, and just did like nice long breaths, nice long strokes, and I got faster. I started overtaking this woman, and I was like, what is going on? So that was quite good, and it proves to me that, you know, sometimes slowing everything down is not a bad idea. But yeah, got in front of this woman, but then she put a bit of a kick in the last sort of 150 and sort of overtook me again. But it was good fun. Like, I absolutely loved it. Like, the longer distance was great. I got a huge PB. So my previous 750 PB is something like, I've done like a 15:20 before. And I managed to do a 28:13 1500. So don't know what happened there. And annoyingly, we don't have our lap splits, so I don't know what I feel like my second 750 was a lot faster than the first. So, but yeah, coming out of the water, I'd managed to sort out some help. So I got, basically dragged, I got myself a bit up the ramp, and then I got dragged up and then chucked in my chair, which was nice. T1 was okay, it was a little bit slow. I was quite dizzy and didn't feel great. And so I had 2 cubes of jelly before I went out on the bike. And then we'd basically forgotten to take the straw that goes inside my drink bottle. So we had the one that clips onto me, but we didn't have the one in the bottle. So I didn't have my normal drink on the bike, which normally has a little like carb electrolyte mix in it as well. So I was a little bit worried about that, because obviously that's quite a big thing, to be able to get that nutrition on the bike. But I had a bottle of Lucozade for after, so I opened that, chucked it in my bottle holders just behind me, and my plan was I know that I can get through 20k without anything, so I planned to just do 4 laps, and then if I needed to stop, I'd stop for a drink. But actually I managed to keep pedaling with one hand, get the drink out, have a bit of drink, although I realised I need to stop because I tried drinking and then like hit it with my cranks and hit myself in the face. But yeah, I took a drink, I think halfway through lap, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just after like 4.5 laps, I had a drink. Did another one, sort of 5.5, 6 laps, and then went for another drink, I think at the beginning of lap 7. And when I was putting it back in my drinks holder, I dropped it. So didn't have any nutrition for the last sort of lap and a half, but that was fine. I'd already had a decent amount, I think. So apart from that, bike-wise, first 3 laps felt really good, which, you know, feeling good on the bike is not normal for me. So if I can get 3 good laps, that's great. I overtook a couple of able-bodied cyclists, which has never happened to me before, so I was very happy about that. And yeah, speed-wise, just basically positive splits the whole way. Started out averaging sort of 25.5. By lap 8, I was doing 19.6 kilometers an hour, so that was fun. So really dropped off on the speed there. But again, just started feeling really rough. And yeah, sort of 5 or 6 laps in, I started to think, but I'd said to myself pre-race that if I just get through the swim and the bike, I'll be happy. And that was kind of going through my head the whole time. I was like, just finish the bike and you'll be fine. I can push all day long. I know that. I can push, you know, I can not get in my chair for weeks and weeks, and I could go and push a half marathon and be relatively all right. So yeah, mentally, I just always need to remember that as long as you can get through the bike, the push will be fine. But yeah, I'd said to myself, you know, if I need to pull out after the bike, that's absolutely fine, because I've not been well. This is sort of week 3 now. So I didn't want to be stupid. I didn't want to, I know now that if there's something wrong, if I'm injured, if I'm not well, that actually taking the time out and taking the time to rest is better than just trying to push through. But I got off the bike. Janet offered me some jelly in triathlon, and I said if I put anything inside of me, it's going to come straight back out. So I think I might have had a tiny bit of drink from the bottle that I was meant to take on the bike, and just headed out onto the run, which obviously Dorney, flat, easy, and bonus of there being a lot of runners out on the course. So I really, really enjoy doing triathlons with able-bodied participants, because even though I get a bit destroyed on the bike, when it comes to the run, I just pick them off one by one. Obviously, my push pace is quite a lot quicker than a running pace. So I just find my next person, overtake them, find my next person, overtake them. So it actually becomes really nice and easy mentally for me, rather than kind of feeling left behind. So yeah, run was good. Didn't feel particularly fast or strong, but I was just cruising along. Had to sit up a few times to combat the sickness that I was feeling. But yeah, it was good. I ended up with a 37-minute 10k, which no, it wasn't. It was a 35, something like that. I will put the times on here properly. So yeah, all in all, went as well as it could have done. So yeah, I mean, it came across the finish line, and I think that's the closest I've come to like being like, I just felt really faint, and I got cramp in my right tricep, which I don't think I've ever had before, which is a really weird feeling. Every time I move my arm, I can feel my tricep like going up and down, and I was like, this is strange. But I think that was useful, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that was probably just lack of nutrition, and normally I obviously get a bit of salt on the bike, which I didn't, so I think that's all that was. And then yeah, so my overall time, I did a 3:01:46, which is really annoying. I got stuck in T1 because the route that we'd come up with for me getting out had then been taken by the next wave that was stood for their swim briefing, and they like hadn't, I think it was the super sprint, so obviously they were all new and they hadn't like pushed up as much. So kind of sat in transition for a minute going, where am I going to go, and shouted at one of the marshals, and he came over and like they basically made people move and took me through. So yeah, there were a couple of things I was like, oh, if that was a little bit quicker, if I'd have known I was closer to 3 hours, I probably would have pushed a little bit harder on the bike and the run, because I thought I was closer to, like, I kept looking at my watch, I thought I was on for a 3:06. So yeah, to not get that sub 3 is a little bit annoying, but at the same time I thought I was gonna be closer to 3:30. I think my calculations for the bike session I'd done the other day, my sort of current normal swim training pace, yeah, I thought it was gonna be closer to sort of 3.5, so to do it 3:01 is really good. But yeah, 1:46 over a sub 3, bit annoying. But yeah, we have a benchmark now. I know what, well, as I said the other day, I know that I need to work on my bike, and that's, you know, that's always going to be the thing. But yeah, all in all, had a really, really good race, had a really good time. As awful as I felt, I was going to feel rough whether I raced or not. So, you know, I was glad that I got it done. And I'm glad that I know that I can race not being well, because obviously next year something might happen in the lead up, and yeah, I'd say it wasn't particularly comfortable, but you know, got through it. So yeah, no, really pleased, really good fun, absolutely love the distance. So overall, like, great race, had a lovely time, very excited now for next year. I was a little bit worried about 70.3. I thought, oh, have I done the right thing? Am I being a bit over ambitious? But actually Sunday really eased my mind. Obviously I know the bike is just over double, the run is just over double, but the swim's not far off, it's an extra 400. And yeah, the swim felt really, really strong, and I know that can get better. Bike, as I say, just need more hours on the bike, which I'm going for a long ride on Sunday. Planning to get 80k done, hopefully. We're going up to Cambridge Busway, and we're just going to do it twice. Or there's another route we'll do, but we'll do something like that. And then yeah, as I say, push normal training, which at the moment is not a lot, but I will be doing more. Yeah, so in terms of obviously racing, that's me done for the year. No, it's not. I lie. That's absolutely not me done for the year. I got the Great South Run on the 20th of October, which is a 10-mile road race, which I've been doing it for the last 4 years. It was the first like long road race I did. I'd had my new race chair for 2 weeks, and I went and did it. So yeah, it's been my third or fourth year of doing that. One or the other. Great course, like super flat, fast, fun. So 2 years ago, my friend Claudia did it, and we sort of sat with each other, and we actually managed to catch the elite women who they'd set off 2 minutes before us. We caught them with, I think it was 800 to go, maybe even a little bit less, so that was really good fun. And did I think it was a 52, whereas the year before I'd done, I think, a 106. And then last year I, surprise, surprise, wasn't very well, because there seems to be a common theme with me. I threw up at mile 6, and then, this is really vile, but my gloves were not in a very good state, so I was like slipping left, right and centre. And those last 4 miles, but last 2 miles especially, are like along the seafront, and that's like the worst place to be having problems. I think I did a 56 or a 57 when I was hoping to go sub 50, so that I was not very happy with. So this year, I don't know. To be honest, I mean, we're 3 weeks out. I'm not going to get enough training in 3 weeks to do a sub 50. But 50, 53, 55, something like that, something around there would be good. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then that is me done for the year. I can't believe I forgot about a race. As of right now, we are 268 days out from my 70.3. So yeah, that's exciting. I have a little countdown app now, which is very useful, rather than me trying to go and count the weeks. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I will leave you with some videos, maybe random videos from the race, and see you in the next one.
Because they're not really comparable. I just looked, I was like, where's my chair?